Hey there folks, Uniform Guy again, here with another review, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at some Russian uniform items captured during the current war in Ukraine. Just to say that this video is for educational purposes only and should not be viewed as a way of condoning or supporting the Russian action in Crimea and the Ukraine. So the jacket we have in front of the screen now is a Russian jacket. It's a windproof smock in a spring-summer camouflage pattern. The pattern is sometimes referred to as flora camo, and this smock is from the mid to late 1990s. It has an original Soviet-style sizing stamp, which is still present on the inside, which is situated on the front lower skirt to the wearer's left. I'll see if I can show you this later on in the video. So the smock is in near excellent condition for its age, with minor wear around the lower skirt, lower pockets and cuffs. There is also residual glue and stitching from previously removed insignia, suggesting being issued at least 2 other occasions. The smock itself has been hastily updated with the addition of Velcro to the chest, sleeves and back, as well as a windproofing zipper hidden under the front buttons. The substandard quality of the zipper stitching really helps to convey the urgency with which some mothballed equipment is being pressed back into service in Russia. Obviously, with their pushing forward and being pushed back, and a lot of the items either being taken as war trophies or destroyed in the assaults, Russia is having to sort of revert back. So they're going from their current equipment to stuff from the 90s to the 80s to the 60s. There are no patches on this smock, as you can see, except for the Rios blood patches on the chest. So these have been left attached and stitched onto the smock instead of being fixed to Velcro. There's also St. George's ribbon added to the epaulets as little slides. And as you can see to the right of the screen, a large boxed Z has been painted onto the sleeve Velcro. It's also present on the other sleeve, just there. So this appears to have been done with either a modelling paint or possibly correction fluid like Tipex. It's most likely an unsanctioned and unauthorised field modification used to cover a possible shortage in insignia. I mean, without access to documents covering the current Russian uniform regulations, that is a bit of speculation and guesswork. But what I'll just do is I'll take the camera in closer so you can have a look. So if we show the Rios blood patches, which as you can see, it's one bit of material that they've been embroidered on. Normally what you'd do is you'd cut here and here to separate them, fix them to Velcro and then Velcro them on, but these have been stitched on. You can also see the glue residue along here and previous stitching. This is present on both pieces of Velcro, and also the Velcro on the back. It's just viewable here. So this Velcro has been added on for insignia as modern Russian insignia as Velcro backed. If I can get the camera to focus as well. So if we go down, you see this new brighter green stitching, that's for the zip. And as we go down, you can see it isn't straight. Double backs on itself quite a bit, and it's quite a lot of loose threads. So you can really see the substandard quality of the stitching. Also, if the camera picks it up, it may not pick it up. I don't think it is, but there's some slight wearing. We've got like white, lighter fabric. It's all around the bottom of the skirt and the sleeves. But yeah, there's a lot of loose threads still present on this. If we undo it, so it's still got the original 90s plastic buttons. This all would have originally been buttoned up. So it's got the hidden buttons. Just undo, and there you go. There's the windproofing zip that's been added. It's a nice little KSB marking on there. Not sure what that means. It's probably just the company that made it. I know the ones in England are YKK. Keep getting this undone. Also see, actually, if I show you inside as well, yeah, you can see just the real lovely attempt to get that zip on fast and get this pressed out into service. Actually, there's another bit there. Just look, if you can see there, it really goes quite wacky. Get this other button undone. These buttons are really difficult to undo one-handed. Come on. Come on, undo. Undo the zip. And there we have the Soviet style sizing stamp. It's actually quite clear. Usually these wash off quite fast. It's not too clear in saying the age, which I've said mid to late 90s because I can't find a specific year. This one also has a nice little feature. If you see there, that string and the bit of cord there, it's not present on the other side. So what you do is grab that and you pull that through to tighten it, and then you tie it on there. So it's like a single-sided tightening effect, but you can also see inside here like the previous stitching for previous insignia. So the quality of the modification is quite poor, to be fair, but obviously they need to get this stuff out fast. And you go, there's the St George's ribbon identification slide. You'll find pictures of Russian soldiers with that wrapped around their helmets, wrapped around plate carriers, all stuff like that. So what I'll just do is I'll pause this video here and I'll go get the next jacket. Right, so here we are with the second tunic. So this is actually quite a good contrast from the other tunic you've just seen. This one is an excellent example of a Russian Special Forces jacket. This one was captured in Ukraine as well. This particular one in front of the camera now is believed to have come from the infamous Wagner private military contractors. This tunic is a modern, ripstop, lightweight smock in a all-terrain geometric pattern. It's a private purchase item. It's certainly not Russian issue. However, the labels have been removed from the inside, making it rather difficult to identify what company it came from. Obviously, private purchase items are very popular with the Russian Special Forces and the so-called private military contractor groups. Photographs from the conflict will show members of Wagner wearing Cree precision uniforms from immersion gear, which is sort of like uniforms popular with the US Armed Forces and the British Special Forces. This jacket has a single square of Velcro on the right sleeve, which is to the left of the screen. On this patch of Velcro, there's a Russian Kremlin flag patch, which is basically the standard Russian flag with a Prussian eagle crest on top of it. And underneath there's a boxed Z patch. Normally this badge, or originally this badge, would have been used to identify what front a Russian soldier had come from. So there's different ones. You had like just the Z, the box Z, a V, an O, an A. I think there's about 6 of them all in total at least. And usually these would be used to identify what front the soldier had come from, although the Z itself now has become synonymous with supporting the war in Russia. I believe in the most recent Olympics, one of the Russian Olympians had a white Z or white Z on the front of his Olympic outfit made out of white electrical tape. And the Z symbol has been likened to the swastikas of Nazi Germany. So this patch has become popular with members of Wagner for that reason. And also, obviously, as I said earlier, with the lettering system of the Russian army being deciphered, it wouldn't be unreasonable to assume members of special forces would be wearing other insignia as sort of like a disguise. Because in the opening part of the war, the letter A would identify special forces. Now this smock, even though it is brand new, I mean, this pattern is probably only about 3 or 4 years old, but this tunic itself, there's very little to no wear on it whatsoever. But this one is dirty from combat use. There is mud staining on the patches themselves. I mean, apart from that, it's in fantastic condition. No rips, no tears, no sort of like heavy wear through. Also, quite chillingly on this one, there is a half-smoken pack of cigarettes with a lighter still in the side pocket. So what I'll just do is I'll get the camera forward to take a look. Also, as you can see, this one is hooded. Yeah, if I just show you in here, this is the side pocket where there is a pack of cigarettes. These are Parliament, with obviously Russian on it, and we open it up, we've got 10 cigarettes and a disposable lighter in there. Pop them back in there. Yeah, if I go around to the other side and show you, so you can see the heavy mud staining on the patches. That's the Kremlin flag. You can kind of see what I mean by Prussian style eagle crest. It's very similar to the ones that would have been on the front of World War I German Pickelhaubes. You see the mud staining around there, and then you've got the Z patch with mud staining. I don't know if the mud shows up that well on the camera. There are other patches of mud on here, but it is rather difficult to see with the camo pattern. But you've got some bits there, some staining further up the sleeve. But I mean, in all seriousness, this is a rather fantastic condition smock for what it's been through. So it's Velcro and zip front as well. There's the Velcro. There's the zip. And inside it's got, get it. Inside it's got sort of like a black sports wicking material. You can see there where one label has been removed, and then it might show up on the back. It might not show up on camera though, but there was something there. You see, stitch has been removed. That was probably just a hanging loop. And there was a large sort of patch just there. I think you can just make out the outline of where the material was pulled for where it was sewn on. And yes, that's 2 of the captured Russian tunics I have. There will be another video, as I do have some other items, but this video has run a little bit long. So hope you enjoy this one. I'll see you in the next video.